4, 3, 2, 1.
Cue music.
This is Movies First with Alex First.
Unless you've read the novel, seen the earlier film that came out in 1984 or the miniseries, or have an understanding of the mythology of Dune, I dare say you may struggle with Dune's detailed plotting. I didn't have any of that knowledge. In other words, I went in cold and I concentrated hard, but I felt my grasp of the material was tenuous at best. That's not to say that Dune is a bad film, far from it, just that to get the most out of it, you have to do your homework, so to speak, preferably before seeing it. Then it'll make a lot more sense and give you the experience you're after. Power and control are at the heart of Dune, based upon the 1965 science fiction novel by American author Frank Herbert. The centrepiece is Paul Atreides, played by Timothée Chalamet, a young man going places. He's the son of embattled ruler Duke Leto, Oscar Isaac, who's built a reputation for mercy over malice, principle over power, and courage over fear. Atreides' mother is powerful warrior priestess Lady Jessica, Rebecca Ferguson, Leto's concubine, a member of the mysterious sisterhood known as the B'nai Gesserit. She's in control of both her body and mind, able to weaponize her words through a power known as the Voice, bending the will of those who dare to threaten her family. Destiny awaits Atreides, who's been trained by masters and mentors to hone his combat skills and intellect, preparing for leadership. Among those involved in training Atreides are Gurney Halleck, Josh Brolin, and Duncan Idaho, Jason Momoa. The former has watched over Atreides since he was born. He's a trusted advisor to Duke Leto and a skilled swordsman. The latter, too, is a man of action, a fearless pilot and expert in stealth reconnaissance. On the verge of manhood, Atreides is haunted by visions of a mysterious young woman, someone he'll meet later in the film. Brought up on Caladan, Atreides is called upon to leave his childhood home for Arrakis, the most dangerous planet in the universe. Home to an indigenous civilization called the Freemen, Arrakis has been fiercely contested for generations. Humanity fights for control of the spice, a highly valued, mind-expanding natural resource. The spice is basically what makes the world go round. Knowledge, commerce, travel, and existence all rely upon it. But those wanting to harvest the spice must endure the planet's inhospitable heat, hurricane-strength sandstorms, and gargantuan sandworms that swallow anything in their path. Duke Leto, Lady Jessica, and Paul Atreides are in danger, with much plotting afoot.
You're listening to Movies First. For more, like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Dune looks spectacular. The sound, especially in an IMAX theatre, is amazing, although at times I had difficulty understanding what was being said. That's because either the dialogue was muffled or whispered, or music interfered with the dialogue. The acting is solid throughout. Each of the big names on the slate comes up well. Timothée Chalamet and Rebecca Ferguson bring nuance to their characterizations. Jason Momoa is perfectly cast as a good-humoured strongman. Josh Brolin is stoic as the tough love instructor, while Oscar Isaac is credible as a father who wants what's best for his son. I thought the 2-hour, 35-minute running time was a bit of a stretch, but Part 2 is set up perfectly, and Dune undoubtedly leaves a lasting impression. That's in large part due to the direction of filmmaker and co-writer Denis Villeneuve, who is responsible for Sicario, who's pulled out all stops. Dune scores a 7.5 out of 10.
You've been listening to Movies First with Alex First.
Available at Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or your favourite podcast player. You can also stream on demand at Bytes.com.
This has been another quality podcast production from Bytes.com.